business is adjacent me. Young black entrepreneur, Jason me. This for my real ones, Jason me. Let's get it, yeah. Jason me. Looking for black owned businesses adjacent me. Young black entrepreneurs, Jason me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Jason Me podcast. I'm your host, Jay Carter, and I am here with the incomparable TD Brown. He is a teacher in the Shelby County school system. He works at Treadwell House
Middle.
Middle, Treadwell Middle School, and he also owns the Vinyl Factory, which is a t-shirt brand and t-shirt making company. Well, you do more than t-shirts.
Yeah, I'll get into it.
Okay. And then he just started a business, ice cream business actually,
Yeah.
called Pull Paul. So we're gonna get into all of that. I'm very excited. Hey TD.
How you doing, Jay? I appreciate you for inviting me on today.
I appreciate you for coming on. Okay, so tell us about how long have you been a teacher?
I started teaching in 2013, so there's 12. This will be 12 year 12 coming up.
Okay. Okay. What got you into wanting to be a teacher?
Uh, you know, I'm not sure. I guess I can track it back to my days working at the Boys and Girls Club. So I worked
Mhm.
there immediately after I graduated high school, and I found that I had a niche for um, getting my point across and having kids to want to follow me and kind of follow my example and my lead. So I guess they kind of led me into education where I can do it the most, you know. So yeah, I guess to answer your question, I think is my background at the Boys and Girls Club and then my love for helping people.
Because you have a mentoring program or you
I,
mentor a lot as well, right?
I do have a mentoring program and we have a camp called Camp Add No E. Um, we used to do it every year. COVID cut us off, and I hadn't had a chance to get it back going. But I do plan to bring it back in the fall.
Okay.
So during fall break, well, leading up to fall break, I'll start putting out some information about it. But yeah, we've been doing a leadership camp where we bring kids on college campuses and they get the whole college experience down to being taught by professors. Um, we gear the courses that they actually learn, we gear it around real life. So they may learn things like how to fix a car, or we may have a car out there that's kind of broken down, a few things wrong with it, and we go over the do's and don'ts and the little simple things on how to fix a car. Or we may mimic a party that you may have in a club, and we may simulate girls trying to be roofied. So that when we cut the lights on and they look in the cup, you were just roofied. So how did that happen? And we talk about ways to not let that happen and strategies that you use when you go party, because you need strategies when you party. People don't believe that, but you need to know what I'm going to do when this happen, or the do's and
Absolutely.
don'ts, and to how to hold a drink. You don't hold it like this, you hold it like this. Did you see that? Hold it like this. Yeah, so it's just real life situations that we throw into very young kids face, so that when those situations do arise again, they know what to do.
That's amazing. That's good. I didn't even think about like programs like that that'll teach them how to do that. I know there's a company where you can cover your cup and you'll stick a straw in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah,
So, all
good.
this stuff is very important. Like you can be at a regular party, just a Thursday after week, and then one thing happened, and your life is changed for the rest of your life. So we don't wanna take anything for granted, any any circumstance for granted. So you go into every situation knowing what could happen and knowing what you do when something happens. So and we have real talk with these kids because it's real hard coming up these days. So, you know, We
Yes.
don't judge, and
These
we
kids
just
need
give them
direction.
the real thing. Hmm.
These kids need direction, and they need someone, showing them how to grow up, because not only are these kids not being raised, they just out here free to the world and not getting this information at home. So it's amazing that you're doing that.
I'm gonna tell you something that
Um,
I learned about. I'm gonna tell you something that I learned about kids. You can take the baddest kids. I don't like using the word bad kids, and I don't know why I just said it, but you can
right,
take the most difficult kid and have a conversation with them. And one thing that I noticed all kids have in common, no matter where they been or what circumstance they're in, they all want to be loved and they all want a chance. At the bottom of all of that, going to rob somebody, going to steal, shooting guns, at the root of that, they they still want to be accepted, they want to be loved, and they want to be safe. So when you know those things going into mentorship, you can mentor anybody. Just come to them the right way.
exactly.
Meaning it. Mm-hmm.
Love that. You're doing good. You're doing good stuff.
Appreciate you.
When did you start the vinyl factory?
We, oh, I started Vinyl Factory in around 2020, around the time of COVID. I just took a shot. Uh, if I could do it again and have my intellect play a part in it, I probably wouldn't have done it because it didn't make sense to do it at that time. It didn't make sense at all. Everybody was in the house. I didn't know where I was gonna get vinyl from. I didn't have any machines. I didn't have anything. Like I don't know what made me do that. Like I just jumped out on a
You gotta put
on the
on
wing of the
faith
prayer.
sometimes. You gotta jump out there.
Yeah, I jumped out, and that ain't something that's easy to do. A lot of people talk about jumping out, but you can talk about it all day. You can talk about jumping out all day, but until you jumping, until you in the air, in the ground ain't touching your feet
Without a parachute.
without a parachute, it's different. It's different, and entrepreneurship is the hardest thing in the world. It's so hard. It looks so
You're
easy.
doing
It
it
looks
from
so,
scratch,
huh?
especially when you're doing it from scratch and you got to do your own
From
research
scratch.
and somebody trying to help.
Joey, let me tell you something. On Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, when you looking at other entrepreneurs, they make it look so easy and so glamorous, and it looks like it's no problems, everything coming together. But in real life, heck no,
It's
it don't
hard
work
out here
like
being a
that.
pimp.
Man, Jay, you can have one week where you make a couple thousand, and the next week you make $3.
Yeah,
Entrepreneurship is you don't know what you don't know who coming through the door. All you can do is stick to your plan, run your ads, do good work, treat people right, and hope that it works.
yeah. Consistency is key.
Consistency is key. So that's all you can do. You can't force nobody to come in there. In the beginning, of entrepreneurship, you might have your friends and people who mess with you, but after a while, all that die off. And
Hmm.
then it's gonna have to stand on who you are and what you bring to the table. Because your
Absolutely.
friends and everybody gonna be there at the ribbon cutting and drinking their bottles of champagne, and the first 2 3 days they gonna shop with you. But after all of the hoorah, dicks and glamour, and it get down to the real thing, you gotta have some substance to stand
Right.
on. Whereas what brought people there ain't gonna keep them there. You
Right.
gotta be right. Like
Support
I
is
tell,
fleeting.
I, hmm,
Support is fleeting.
yes, please, yeah. So I tell my employees, as long as we treat people right, I don't care about the mess ups. We're gonna mess up. Things gonna go wrong. We're gonna print something too small, or somebody's shirt they ain't gonna like it. I don't care about that. All that can be fixed. We can come back to the drawing board and make something right. But what I do care about is how you treat these people when they walk through their door.
Yeah.
They nicknamed us the Chick-fil-A of the vinyl world, and I take pride in it. In that what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever I'm trying to say. But that's what they call us, and I take pride in that. When people walk through their door, I give them a good experience. Now,
Right.
if I mess up, I'm gonna mess up and I'm gonna be so nice and so genuine about it. They gonna smile when they tell me I messed up, and I'm gonna fix it. So,
Mhm.
you just gotta treat people right and hope that it means something.
Yeah, because good customer service can make you into something bigger than anything. Like even if it's like even with restaurants, even if the food not as good, they gonna come back because of that good customer service and how you treat them. Yeah.
You're right
Now
about
what
that.
do you offer there at the vinyl factory?
Um, aside from I start with the vinyl. Vinyl is the substance that you may see on a shirt. Um, any print that you get, if you want a certain color or you want to cut it yourself and make your own shirt, you come to us to get it. Or if you want us to print the actual picture and you don't want to layer it and put the colors down and heat it yourself, well, you're going to heat it yourself, but you don't want to cut it and do it yourself like that. You just want the whole picture. We print
Hmm.
it out. We do banners, the retractable banners that stand up. We do the long banners that come out. We do jackets. We do jerseys, shirts, of course. You name it. Right now, we're working on a deal to get some jerseys done for a high school football team in Memphis. So it's pretty much anything someone walks through their door that they may need. I'll try to figure out how to get it to them. Whether if I make it myself or I got to figure out and team up with somebody and get it done. But if it's doable and I got time, they give me the time frame and I can do it. I'm gonna do my best to get it done. Now also I do shoes too. I try to design shoes every once in a while. I don't get a lot of time to design shoes because of teaching or something else that I'm doing. But when I design shoes, most of the time it's not for a customer. It's for me to design, get the design out of my head because as long as it's lingering around in my head, I can't rest. So when I
Yeah.
get something that some weighing me down, I got to get it out by expressing myself and creating what it is that needs to be created. So I create it and go from there with it. Most of the time, I don't even sell it. I don't sell it. I don't put shoes on sale, and I just do it because I like it.
Because I know I've seen your jerseys and your Letterman jackets. The Letterman jackets are real popular.
They are. I've done hundreds and hundreds of Letterman jackets. I've done some this year. Um, those are they might be jerseys and Letterman jackets might be the two most popular things that we do. Jerseys and jackets. We do the sublimation jackets too. Now the sublimation jacket is where the ink is married into the material. It's not on
Hmm.
top of it. It's married. It's intertwined into the material, so it never comes off. You can't rub it off. So those are very popular too.
Cool. Okay. Now let's get into this ice cream. How and where
Jay,
did this come up?
Jay,
How you become the ice cream man?
no, it's the ice cream man in Memphis. But
Pardon me. The ice cream man
the ice cream
of Fulton
man,
Hall.
yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I woke up one morning and I said, I'm gonna do ice cream, and this is exactly what happened. I went to the store, I researched it, and I came up with my design, my boxes, and I posted it. I let people see the process of me making it, and by morning, I had tons of orders. People was asking for it, and I started out just passing it out because I wanted to get people to give me a good, honest opinion about it, and let me know how they felt about it. And then I
Hmm.
started making prices for them and just asking people to still give me your honest opinion. But everybody love them. So right now I got four flavors. I got key lime that has caramel on the outside and it has the breadcrumbs on the outside that you will have on the key lime pie. So it's just like a
Okay.
key lime pie, but it's frozen. I don't think I had that when I brought
No.
yours. Okay. I got to get that to you because this become one of the most popular ones.
Okay,
Biscoff. Biscoff has caramel on it too, and it has the
that's my
cookies, the Biscoff cookies, in the inside and on the outside. Cookies and cream, extra chunky. You know, I got to do something. I can't just do the cookies and cream and it not be different than what you would get when you walk into a store. So I had to make it a little bit different, make it a little bit more rich, add a few more cookies, and just make it my own. Um, and what's the last cherry?
cherry.
And that has real cherries in it. And each flavor has its own following. You got the people who feel like cherry is the best. You got the people who feel like Biscoff is the best. Each one of those has its own following of people who root for it. Which one
Yeah,
you say you like?
disc golf.
Cool, cool.
You know the next flavor you got to do though.
Huh?
You know the
Was it
next flavor you got to do.
strawberry?
No,
What?
butter pecan.
I, I wish you hadn't said it before me. I knew you was about to say butter pecan. I knew you was
Got to
about
do
to say
butter
butter
pecan.
pecan.
These people love
And
the butter
and
pecan.
I said, if one more person asks me for butter pecan, that's gonna be next.
You got to do it.
And you just said it. You ain't
Yep,
the only one who asked for butter pecan.
I
I'm gonna put
know.
butter
Thank
pecan out
you
there.
for getting butter pecan. I wish we could let butter pecan go. We
I'm gonna
can't.
uh, I'm gonna do butter pecan extra rich.
Okay,
Uh, it ain't gonna be like a butter pecan you can get in the store. It's gonna be
okay,
a rich butter pecan. It's gonna be nice. But one thing I did do, I'm changing the structure of the polar pause because Jay, I can't do everything, and I have to understand that school is starting, and I haven't had time to structure polar pause the way Vinyl Factory is already structured, and it kind of runs on its own. I got the people there is doing what they got to do. Like polar pause is so new. I don't have any. I don't even have any employees or I'm the only one who knows what I'm putting in it, and I haven't solidified where I'm going to put it, and so of course I'm gonna get a building for it. It's just so new. It's in such a beta stage right now that
right,
I need to give it its first space, like I gave everything its first space. And on top of that, I'm coming up with a new youth program that's gonna launch next week. So, good God, the ice cream is going to be special occasion only. Probably the day school starts and going forward. It'll only be like you call me and say, "Hey, I got something going. Um, I need some ice cream," or if you know me and call me, you want some ice cream, and I got the weekend to get you some ice cream. But it's not going to be what I've been doing, making a whole bunch of ice cream and doing all these deliveries, and I can't do that. I gotta be respectful to the craft of education, and education calls for more than just showing up on Monday morning and just going from the hip.
right,
Although I can go from the hip, but I want to give education its proper due this year. Vinyl Factory is running on its own, doesn't need me. They're gonna do what they do over there. I pop in, I help, get just kind of lead, and I get
yeah,
on up out there. Um, I don't have to stay there, so the ice cream is going to get to that point. The academy is going to get to that point too. But right now, the focus is getting ready for these kids
right,
that are about to come through that door in less than 7 days. So
yeah.
actually, 7 days away. Yeah. So I got to get ready. It's my focus.
But this is, I was saying, this is a great introduction to our topic for tonight, which is the hustle is heavy. And, trying to avoid the burnout of being an entrepreneur and doing multiple things and, not spreading yourself too thin. So I'm glad you touched on, you know, Polar Paws being its own entity and giving it the attention it deserves. So how do you avoid the burnout of you being a teacher, being a mentor? owning the vinyl factory and now doing the polar pause.
So
Like, I don't know.
I want I want to preface this. I want to preface this by saying I'm an empath. I'm
Okay.
not. So with that being said, um, I read energy the whole day, and if I'm around low energy, it can bring me down also. So I've learned strategies for that. Sometimes I have to stop what I'm doing, get to myself, go to my safe space. I got a word that I call it. Go to my safe space, and I sit and I stay there until I'm okay. And I had to learn to do that with everything that I'm doing too. Sometimes I have to pull away, relax, do something that I love, get some rest, and don't move as though things are going to get away from me, because I know that things that are for me are just that. They are for me. There's no need to chase money when money is already for you. And it took me a while to understand that.
Yeah.
If God, and the reason why I say that is because everything that God ever gave me, He made it easy for me to get. And what I mean by that is, when I opened Vinyl Factory, I had no idea what I was doing, but I started noticing everything just started falling into my lap, and that's how I knew I was in my destiny. I was walking on my path, because things, it's like, part in the Red Sea. Like everything just just comes.
Yes.
And I saw this on TikTok. If you remember, when Moses parted the Red Sea, it didn't part until Moses stepped forward with the staff and he made an effort to move towards the sea. So a lot of times you got to make an effort to move towards your destiny or towards what you're trying to achieve before it opens up and your faith is tested. And like I said, everything just started when you moving in your purpose. You can take breaks. You can relax because you're moving in your purpose. The
Okay.
only time you have to move otherwise is when you're not in your purpose and you just chasing,
Yeah.
and you're gonna get burned out that way. When a car is running smooth, it don't get tired, it don't run hot. But when something wrong with the car and you overworking it, it's gonna run hot. But when everything is moving symmetrically and going the way it's supposed to go, it's gonna move with no hindrance, no friction. It's gonna go. And that's the way our life should be. When you in your purpose and you moving, you gotta know, you gotta believe that God gonna sustain you. He gonna give you what you need to get to the next post or the next checkpoint or wherever you're trying to get to. So to answer your question, how do I manage the burnout? How do I manage the stress and the everyday wear and tear of being an entrepreneur who is trying to achieve the highest dreams and to break barriers and to break generational curses in my family? I understand that I'm in my purpose, and my purpose ain't gonna tire me. I can't get tired of teaching if this my purpose and I'm supposed to be there and I'm doing it right and God got me. And I can't get tired of going to the vinyl factory and checking on things. I can't get tired if I'm in my purpose. But with that being said, I also got to be smart about what I put on my table too. So I won't put too much on. I won't put more on me than I feel like I can bear. Because trying to overdo it because you know God got you, that ain't right. So if I know, and I'm thinking with the intellect God gave me, if something needs to fall off for a second, I'm gonna let it fall off because I know it's mine. It's like if I put polar paws down, no, if I sit my wallet down, I ain't gotta stir it. I can go leave and come back. That's mine. I'm coming back to it. It's nothing gonna happen to that. This my destiny. That's me. That's mine. So you can sit it down. As long as you are being a good steward of what God gave you, you can pick it back up.
Yeah.
Because
That's so
another thing I want to hit
good.
on is uh, no motion is motion. Just because you standing still and you calculating and you trying to figure out the best way to move, it's still movement because you're gaining insight on what you're gonna do next. And backstepping sometimes is moving forward too. Because when you backstep, you can miss something that was about to derail you. So it's all about how you look at life and how you formulate and and protect yourself. So I know I'm being long winded. Like I said, I didn't want to do, but yeah, this is what I do. This how I prevent myself from being burned out. I just know that God got me, and I know when to put things down, and I eat in eat in moderations.
Okay, that was good. Look, that took a different turn, but I
You,
needed to do that, and
I
I
want
feel
supposed to go. I want supposed to go like
like
that.
when you put it there, because I felt like I put Jason me down for a minute, in 2020, because I had my daughter and
I
stuff like
remember
that.
you did it. I
But I'm back
remember.
to it. So
Yeah, it's yours. Yeah, I remember because you started it up and you stopped for a second. And
yeah.
I always knew it was gonna come back because of who you are, Jay. People trust you. And like I said before we started, you got good taste. You ain't gonna steer nobody wrong. This one thing that I always admired about you was how genuine you were and how you gonna say what it is. If it ain't good, it ain't good. You done, you done told me some stuff before that wasn't good. Yeah, I know you gonna be truthful, and I know you gonna steer people in the right direction. And I knew that your business was gonna flourish whenever you picked it back up because it's like sitting that wallet down. That's you. Whenever you get back to it,
Woo. All right, we ain't gonna have church up in here. Thank you so much for
I
coming
appreciate
on.
it. Yeah, anytime, anytime. I appreciate you having me. I was thinking about this all day today. I said I don't know how I'm gonna answer questions, but I ain't I ain't had no particular thing that I wrote down. I just
No,
get there and
you let it
freestyle
flow
and just talk.
organically. That's what I like. That's what I love. You want to put your social media handles and how to reach you on here. It's going to be below the video as well, but you can go ahead and rattle them off if you like.
Well, you can find me. First of all, you can find me at the Vinyl Factory. If you need anything apparel, anything vinyl wise, we're at 5489 Winchester, Suite number 4, 7 days a week. Get at me while I'm going 7 days a week because I'm thinking about giving God His day on Sunday, and I'm not gonna. I might just close down a day, but
Well, I'm
for
glad
the
you
past
said it
4,
before I did.
yeah,
Like, okay, I close on Sunday, like, but
for
never
the
mind.
past 4 years, we've been 7 days a week. So if you need anything in that regard, you can find us um, at the actual brick and mortar shop on Winchester. My handle is TDQ Brown on Facebook, and it's the same thing on Instagram. Those are the only two that I got. And you can use those handles to connect you to Strategic Custom Apparel and Vinyl Factory, and also the Academy Memphis, where we do mentor the youth. So through my Facebook, you can find everything. And my Facebook again, once again, is TDQ Brown.
All right.
Jason me, looking for black owned businesses at Jason me. Young black entrepreneur, Jason me.